Page 421, number 9. Solve the triangle. And we're given three sides, A, B, and C. Well, let's just start by making a sketch of this situation. So I'll draw down here triangle ABC. And we can label those sides 6, 8, and 12. Notice we don't know any angles, so we can't use the law of sines. The law of sines we can only use if we know an angle and the opposite side. So we're going to have to use the law of cosines here. Well, to use the law of cosines, we could solve for any of these angles. I'm going to choose to solve for the biggest angle first. Right here, angle C. So we can start with this side over here. Actually, I'm going to write down the formula. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times the cosine of angle C. And let's plug in everything we know. We know side C, so I can say 12 squared equals A squared plus B squared. We can say 6 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 6 times 8 times the cosine of angle C. Okay, let's simplify what we can. So 12 squared we know is 144 equals 36 plus 64 minus 2 times 6 times 8 is equal to 96 times the cosine of angle C. Okay, I know these two here add up to 100, and I know I can subtract 100 from both sides of my equation to give me 44 equals negative 96 times the cosine of angle C. Alright, now from here I need to divide both sides by negative 96. And once I do that, I'll have the cosine of C equals 44 over negative 96. If I take the inverse cosine of both sides, I'll know angle C. So let me do that. So the inverse cosine of 44 over negative 96 gives me an answer of about 117.28 degrees. So angle C is 117.28 degrees. Okay, now that we have that, we can solve for angles A and B. Let's move on to angle B next. And now that I know an angle in the opposite side, I can use the law of sines. So I can say 8 over the sine of angle B is equal to side A, or excuse me, side C over the sine of angle C. So I know I can cross multiply here, so let's get our calculators out once again. And we can figure out 8 times the sine of 117.28, and we'll divide that by 12. Now that tells me that the sine of angle B is equal to 0.59. If I take the inverse sine of that answer, I know that angle B is about equal to 36.34 degrees. Now the last thing I need to find is angle A. Since the three angles add up to 180, I can take 180 degrees and subtract the two angles I know, 117.28 and 36.34. And I know angle A must be equal to 26.38 degrees. So we've solved that triangle by finding the three missing angles.